What's up, YouTubeites? It's your boy TiVo. Welcome to my top 50 comic books in my collection. Trying things a little bit different this time. This is the first time I'm going to be using my Samsung S9. I'm going to see if the video quality is better than the regular digital camera I use. And I know I haven't done one of these lists in a long time. The last time I did, I think I did a top 20, and that was incredibly lazy. Seeking Universe Comics tagged me on that one. I think that was like a year or 2 years ago. And I basically just grabbed the nearest 20 books that were around me, and I said, hey, these are my top 20 books at the time. But let's go doing this, man. These are my top 50 books, I would say, both in terms of importance, sentimentality. Did I say that right? Sentimentality? Whatever. And overall, just, what I consider grails or personal key issues or major key issues. But let's go through it, man, because I'm going to try to knock this out relatively quickly, if that's even possible. First up is Captain Marvel number 14. This is the first appearance of Kamala Khan. I got two of them. But, I'll just say that's one comic, so I won't be cheating you guys. This one is a sentimental value to me. It's not really worth that much, but I think it's super cool since I am a huge Doctor Strange fan. This is a Dr. Voodoo variant from, God, it's over 10 years old. Essentially, it's a cover swipe of Bruner's cover to Doctor Strange number 1, which I really dig. So that's number 2. I'm going to have to keep track here, or else I'm going to lose track. Next up is the oldest X-Men issue I have in my collection, and it's in beautiful shape. This is X-Men number 6. 3. 4 is the oldest Avengers issue I have, Avengers number 15. And the reason I've considered these as my top 50 is they're in really great shape. I would say VF minus at least for being so old. Number 5 is Thor 126. Basically, the first issue in Thor. Before this, it was Journey into Mystery 125, and then Thor 126 is the first issue where it's his ongoing solo title. That's why he says only Mighty Thor. Number 6 on my list is Journey into Mystery number 102, the first appearance of Hela. Of course, I'm a huge. Number 7, Journey into Mystery number 103, the first appearance of the Enchantress and the Executioner. Another great condition. Number 8 is Redskin I believe it's number 14 or number 10. The reason I have this is the oldest comic in my collection, believe it or not. This is a Golden Age book from 1950. And I'm a huge Redskins fan, so I found this in the wild, and I had to have it. It was published in 1950. I believe that's number 8. Number 9, Thunder Agents, number 1. I got this a long time ago. It's to me, it's pretty rare. It's from Tower Comics, and you rarely ever see it. It's number 1. There was... Remember, DC eventually relaunched it as Thunder Agents, but this is the original that came out from Tower Comics. This is a Silver Age book, but it's 25 cents because it was, what is it, double bound or whatever, but this baby is a good 9.0. Number 10 on the list is Men in Black number 1. Yes, Men in Black number 1. This is uber rare too. You rarely ever see these from Aircell Comics number 1. This is the comic that the movies were based on. First printing, very low print run, and this baby is in near mint too, and that's number 10. Number 11 is Captain Marvel number 1. Beautiful, high grade condition. This book has been getting a lot of play. One of the most classic Marvel covers. That's number 11. Number 12, Marvel Team Up number 1. Another high grade condition book. Number 13, What If number 1 in near mint. One of my favorite titles of all time is What If. All the What If stories are phenomenal. Okay, now on to the slab portions. The rest of these are predominantly slabs because, books that are important to me, I slab, so that keep them to make sure they're graded correctly, to make sure that they're protected. So this is number 14. This is pretty rare. This is Witches number 1. This was an NYCC convention variant from, 2014. Scott Snyder did the story, and Dustin Nguyen he of Descender fame did the cover on this. So, and this is being developed, believe it or not, for a movie way back when, but it's still cool because it's it's pretty low print run. That was a New York City Comic Con exclusive, which is number 1 by Scott Snyder with Dustin Nguyen with the cover. Next up, Strange Tales 169, first appearance of Brother Voodoo in a beautiful 8.5 with white pages. Next up, Silver Surfer number 3, 7.5, the first appearance of Mephisto. And this is number 16. I keep on having to pause the video because I'm not keeping track very well. So, all right, this is number 16. First appearance of Mephisto, beautiful 7.5. Next up, one everybody should have in their collection. Number 17, which is, of course, Origin of the Alien Symbiote that eventually becomes Venom. This book is super hot right now with all the Venom stuff that's going on. I think an issue that everybody should have. What was that, number 17? All right, number 18 is Uncanny X-Men 94. Obviously, the second appearance of Nightcrawler, Storm, Thunderbolt, and Colossus. More importantly, this is when the kind of new X-Men took over after Giant Size X-Men. Up to issue 93, they were all reprints. So this started the run that would become internationally well known. Next up, number 19 is beautiful Marvel Premiere number 15, the first appearance of Iron Fist. Beautiful 9.4 white pages, the old label. This is one of the books I've had in my collection for probably the longest, man. So what did I say this was? 18? No, that was 19. All right, this is 20. Doctor Strange 169 and an 8.0. Another one of those books that I've had in my collection the longest, and I'm really cool because I had it raw in my collection for, I don't know, since the early 2000s, and then I finally got it slabbed. As you can tell, it still has the old label because this is one of the earlier CGC books, so stoked to have this. What was I saying, number 20? All right, why not? 21 is Miss Marvel number 1, first appearance of Carol Danvers as Miss Marvel, 9.6. Off-white white pages. This book is super hot right now with the movie coming up. 22, Fantastic Four, number 67. First appearance of him in a cameo. Yeah, you can argue that one all day long. He appears, but, you know, I'm going with what the label says, so right on there. Origin, the first appearance of him in Warlock of cameo. 23. One of my keepers. Silver Surfer number 4. First appearance, actually, I guess you could say it's the first appearance of Thor versus Silver Surfer. Anyway, it's an iconic cover of Thor battling Silver Surfer. 2 of my 3 favorite characters in all the comics, of course, are Doctor Strange, Thor, and Silver Surfer. So this one I have to have because they're right there on the cover. Iconic cover. Who did the cover on this? I think it was John Buscema did the cover. Sal Buscema also, I think he did the inks on the internals, but John Buscema did the cover, and this thing is iconic. Stan Lee, of course, did the story. Coming in at number 24 is this gorgeous bag. I got this recently. I did a video where I got a really nice high-grade raw copy, and I got it graded, so I was expecting to come back higher, but you know what? 7.5 is still a great grade on this, man. At number 24, almost halfway there. Silver Surfer number 1. That's almost a $500 book now. And at number 25, Special Marvel Edition number 15, the first appearance of Shang-Chi, the Master of the Kung Fu's. This one is really cool because it's double signed. It's got signed by Steve Englehart and Jim Starlin back in 2016, man. One of my favorite books. I have 3 of them, but we're halfway through. Number 26. It's Cross Plus 100 number 1, 9.9, the highest graded book I have in my collection. And this is the only book I have in my collection signed by the great Alan Moore. I got it because, you know what, I think he's going, he retired from comics. And so he's not going to be signing anymore. So let's continue. All right. So that was the first half. Let's start the second half off with number Amazing Spider-Man 300, signed by Todd McFarlane. I believe that is number 27. This is one of the old books. This is the oldest comic in my collection. I bought this off the wall in the 90s, right when it came out. So I was right around 1990, 91. This book came out in 88. So at that time, it was already a $50 book, and I bought it off the wall for $50, held on to it forever and ever and ever. And then I recently got it graded originally about 6 years ago, and it came back in 9.6, and I was stoked. But then I took it out, got it pressed, and had Todd McFarlane sign it. It dropped the grade from 9.6 to 9.4, but still a great book to have. You got to have Todd McFarlane sign it right. Uh-oh. Did I just hit that? Okay. All right. Okay. I think we're at 28 now. Yeah, whatever, man. Harbinger Zero. This is the pink variant. This is the copy when you cut out all the coupons and all the Valiant books back in 1992. They mailed you out a blue copy of Harbinger Zero, but they mixed in the pink copy every few issues. So I don't know what the definitive print run is, but it's very low relative to the blue copy. So a lot of people have a bunch of Valiant books that were missing, that are missing coupons because of this book. Next up, this is the only doubles on my list, but I had to put it. This is another copy of Uncanny X-Men 94. This one is special to me because it's signed by both Stan Lee and Len Wein. Unfortunately, I couldn't get CTC to witness it at the time because I was dealing with Anastasia's Collectibles and their crooks, so I wasn't going to give them my business. But I got it verified by CBCS. This has got, see, it's just still the old red label because it was so long ago that it got verified. But this is something that, you know, it's good. Rest in peace, Len Wein. Speaking of Stan Lee, anniversary issue alert. This baby's gorgeous. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 100, 8.5, done by the legendary Stan Lee, Gil Kane with the art, John Romita with the cover. Can't go wrong with. Look at the beauty. This thing is just beautiful, man. Beautiful. You know, if I ever get the chance, I may get Stan Lee to sign this. This is like one of the few books that I would get Stan Lee to sign. All right, next up, gonna be some heavy hitters. Giant Size X-Men 1, the first appearance of the new X-Men, Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Thunderbird. Rest in peace, Thunderbird. Second appearance of Wolverine. Next up, Tomb of Dracula number 10, signed by Marv Wolfman. Beautiful 9.0, first appearance of Blade. Next up, X-Men 101, the first appearance of Phoenix, signed by Chris Claremont in a beautiful 9.6. This book is scorching hot right now. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man 129, signed by Stan Lee. Even though he didn't work on it, at the time I was like, I'm going to get Stan Lee. I wanted to get a Stan Lee label, and I thought the Stan Lee label, a yellow label, would look great on this book because, you know, both kind of yellow theme to it. But either way, gorgeous. Next up, Hulk 181. You know who it is. First appearance of Wolverine. Next up, another one of my Grails. Fantastic Four number 48, the first appearance of the Silver Surfer. This book is absolutely scorching hot right now. Okay, I think this is number 38. God, I've lost track. This, of course, is a sketch variant or blank sketch that I had my boy Danny Silva do. It's Princess Leia, Day of the Dead. This holds a lot of sentimental value to me. Absolutely gorgeous. I asked for a Princess Leia Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead version of Leia. I got this done, God, I want to say in 2015 is when my boy Danny hooked me up with it. So it holds sentimental value because obviously Carrie Fisher's no longer with us. So, yeah, it's number 37. All right, coming in with, God, number 39. This thing is taking a lot longer than I thought it was. Jeez, I'm trying to hurry it along. Number 39 is Strange Tales 126, the first appearance of Clea and Dormammu. So, yeah, I got two of these, actually. The other one isn't as good, a high grade. What did I say, number 40? Marvel Premiere, number 1. First, well, not really. Well, I guess. First appearance of him as Adam Warlock. I tell you, it's get convoluted with all the different first appearances. So this is the first appearance when he's actually named Adam Warlock. So there you go. I got what I consider 4 first appearances. 41 is the first appearance of Dark Phoenix, signed by Chris Claremont in a gorgeous 9.0. 42 is the first appearance of Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost in an 8.5, signed by the great Chris Claremont. 43, Uncanny X, or just X-Men, excuse me, 100, signed by the great Chris Claremont. I only have this because, you know, it's classic. It's an anniversary issue. Chris Claremont signed it. You know, old X-Men versus new X-Men. Can't go wrong, man. Number 44 is a book I just recently picked up, actually. I got a raw copy of New Mutants 98. Believe it or not, I had 4 of these before, and I sold them all before the movie came out. So, you know, I decided I had an opportunity to grab one and I did. Number 44. Number 45 is Doctor Strange number 4. And the reason why this is on here is because it has a Mark Jewelers insert. Yeah. I believe this is the only Mark Jewelers insert I have. Although I haven't gone through all my dong boxes, but that's number 45. All right. For the, finally, the stretch run. 5 more left to go. Uncanny X-Men 266, first appearance of Gambit. This book is picking up steam again. Pretty much anything that Fox owned that Marvel now has rights to. 46, Daredevil 131, the first appearance of Bullseye in a beautiful 9.2. 7, Nova, number 1, first appearance of Dick Ryder, 9.6. I actually have 3 other copies of that. You've probably seen a bunch of these already on the list, but this is the first Doctor Strange, number 1. The other ones were Doctor Strange 169. This, of course, is signed by Frank Bruner, who just killed it on the art on that series. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man 298. This is the first Todd McFarlane work on Spider-Man. First appearance of Eddie Brock in cameo. So, you know, this is one of those things where it's another early thing that has to do with Venom. You know, and I thought I'd just throw this in because it's the hot book of the flavor of the month right now. 9.6. I bought it for $95 plus I think I got a 15% discount on it at the time. So I think that's a pretty good bargain. So there you go. That's it, man. That's the top 50 books in my collection. Now I have to go and put everything back because my office is a mess. I got books strewn all over the place. You know what? This is a lot harder than it looks, man, to go through and remember. I may even either be over 50 or under 50, but I'm really close to 50, I think. I'm not going to go through and do this again because I need to put everything away. So until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace.